Good afternoon, Postal family. What's going on? My name is Saeed. Welcome back to my channel. How's everybody doing this Thursday? Well, the arbitration right now is going on. Our fearless leader, the fight like hell king, he's in the middle of it. So, really, God help us what's going on in that room with the arbitrator, Nolan. So, all we can do is pray always, faith in God. So, everything works out for the carriers. He is in there as shown in the picture is proven. There was a lot of questions before arbitration began who's going to be in there, but he's in there. He's on the lead seat talking for us, representing us, and asking for that. God knows what percentage he's asking for. Just help the carriers. God, it's not a good look by any means when we all saw that picture, and we can we don't know what kind of result it's gonna have for us carriers, and just patiently wait and see what happens, what kind of percentage we all get. So, but first, if you're new to the channel, my name is Saeed. Postal content is what I do, love to do. I appreciate all my supporters. I can't tell you how much I support all y'all, and all y'all communicate in the comments. Just awesome situation. Everything y'all tell me that I don't know. Thanks so much. I can't appreciate you guys enough. Keep giving the channel the thumbs up. Really helps out the algorithm. And just awesome feeling reading all this individual comments. What you all going through. I picked so much up off of them, and just getting through them. Appreciate everything. And today's video, I'm just going over a letter I ran into. Renfroe wrote to President Donald Trump. Just speaks a lot about us carriers. Just you want to get to it. I found it interesting. Wanted to share that. So, other than arbitration news, I wish I had some. It's gonna be a lengthy process. So patience is really, sadly, we gotta have more patience, like as if those 600 plus days wasn't enough. Now we gotta go through all this process, and God willing, we get something good out of it. So, just wanted to get to the letter. Really amusing. Found it, the way he talks about the carriers, what the situation is. Dear Donald Trump, don't destroy the Postal Service. The administration's reported plan to demolish the USPS would adversely impact an institution that millions of Americans rely on daily. Across the country, more than 165 million households and businesses count on the U.S. Postal Service to provide the uninterrupted service 6 to 7 days a week, delivering everything from medications, magazines to ballots. Don't forget packages. The 7-day Sundays packages. So, the U.S. Postal Service is the cornerstones of a nation's mailing industry, an industry supporting more than 7.9 million jobs and a 1.9 trillion industry. It's not just a mail carrier, it is a lifeline for rural communities, small businesses, and individuals. The plan to dissolve the USPS leadership and absorb the Postal Service into the administration is a terrible idea that would have devastating consequences on workers, businesses, and communities nationwide. As the union representing nearly 300,000 active and retired letter carriers, we at the National Association of Letter Carriers, NALC, know firsthand that this plan would be disastrous for Americans. Letter carriers are the backbone, proudly say that. Letter carriers are the backbone and the heartbeat of the USPS. Yes, indeed. Without their essential contributions, the Postal Service wouldn't exist. Well, some don't think so. Management gets all the raises, no worries. But, we're the first true front line that does everything. As one of the most trusted institutions, the USPS serves Americans regardless of their location, whether in urban centers or rural communities. The reported plan to privatize mail services threatens to undermine the affordable, reliable service provided to all Americans regardless of income or location. Privatization would put the jobs of 640,000 postal employees at risk, including the then 73,000 veterans. Not only is the USPS leading employer of the veterans, but its dismantling would have a direct impact on letter carriers and the universal service they provide. Instead of privatizing, we should focus on strengthening our mail service. But there's more that needs to be done. Issues of fair compensation, stronger safety protections, and secure retirement also need to be addressed. President Renfroe, you mentioned the fair compensation. That's where you come in. Yes, you wrote this letter, but what are you doing about fair compensation rather than 1.3%? He talks about it in the letter, yet he's not doing anything. Stronger safety protections and secure retirement also need to be addressed. These are essential for maintaining the integrity of a public service that millions of Americans depend on. The Trump administration has the opportunity to fix misallocated pension liabilities that were not resolved during President Joe Biden's term. Despite their indispensable public service, NALC members face increasingly challenging work. That's why we are fighting for not only higher general wages increases, but also calling on Congress to pass the Protect Our Letter Carriers Act. Several years ago, an assault on a letter carrier was almost unheard of, but today there's a disturbing uptick in violence. Since 2022, 5 letter carriers have tragically been murdered on the job, and many of the perpetrators have escaped prosecution. Extreme weather is another increasingly significant threat. Letter carriers are expected to deliver in record-breaking heat waves and freezing temperatures, often without adequate protections or breaks. That's why we are fighting to get the necessary workforce safety protections that letter carriers need to perform their duties safely. These are all good words that he wrote to the president, but he himself is not doing anything to fight for us, so these are just words. I mean, our fight is about much more than the rights of letter carriers. It's about ensuring that mail delivery remains safe, reliable, and affordable for all Americans in times of rapid change. Policymakers must listen and take meaningful action to protect all those who serve our communities daily. Fair wages, safety protections, and retirement security are not radical demands. They are a simple foundation of protecting a trusted public institution. That's why we are standing up for our letter carriers and defending the USPS. We call on all Americans who rely on the mail service to join us in supporting and strengthening of our most trusted public service. This fight is for all of us. Let's ensure that the letter carriers are recognized for their work and secure the future of U.S. Postal Service. I applaud that. I mean, letter is well said. He put together a good letter to the President, Donald Trump. Speaks highly of us, and all the good words came out, but, you know, we all know the reality, what he's fighting for, and he's in their arbitration right now, so... You know, like I said, only God knows what's being discussed, what kind of wage increases. Another important thing that combining the two tables into one, these are all factors. The office time, all that is going to be brought up, is being discussed right now. I'm sure everything with the arbitrator Nolan. And, you know, we'll see. If any update comes, you know, I'll post it and I'll give it to you guys firsthand. You know, daily I'm searching around looking for any update to report on. So, you know, I'm there for you guys. I thought I'd read this letter. It speaks highly of what's going on right now. Speaks highly of the carriers, the situation. So, you know, I thought I'd bring that up. Anyway, that's where we're at. Arbitration is going on, and if anything, like I keep saying, I'll pass it on to you guys. Hope everybody's doing good out there. The weather right now is just up and down. Cool days, 70s, 60s where I'm at. So right now we're good weather-wise. Hope everybody's good up north and out west, everything. So like you all know, we deal with everything out there. We're out there in the cold, ice cold, and the 100+ degree heat, like he mentions, and we don't get enough recognition for it. I always recognize all my coworkers, so much proud of you all. We're the hardest working force in the land. There's package delivery people. We know that, but they don't go to every single address like we do. They don't deal with everything we do, but so that's another thing. If he's comparing us to UPS drivers, and so they start at 23 and all their wages and all that. So Administrator Nolan's got to look at all that and give us something comparable. So that speaks volumes for us. Something good is gonna, if he compares, so he can't go with that 1.3 in any shape or form. He can't fold on that. You see in that picture the USPS guy sitting opposite of Renfroe. He's got a big smirk on his face, the smile on his face. Like he's, that smile is telling me, look who I'm going against. It's Renfroe sitting across. And we're going to save a lot of money. The carriers aren't getting anything with this guy. So as you look in that picture, he's got a big smirk on his face. And we all know why. He's got no competition. Everything Renfroe is going to put up, he's going to fight it and say, no, we can't give these guys 5%. They're good for 1.3, whatever. He's going to fight for all the service on the opposite side. So that picture speaks volumes, what's going on, what kind of mood set is in there. President Renfroe is in his shaky look, this is what we're going to get. I'm demanding this 1.5% for my carriers. They're good carriers. They work hard. I don't know. Whatever fate has in store, we'll wait and see. We're all gonna benefit from it. Hopefully. But with him in there, it's just, oh man. I mean, from the tentative agreement being rejected until now, arbitration, what do you all think? What kind of case is he presenting? I highly doubt, he's demanding, talking good for us in there. What kind of wage increases is he demanding from the arbitrator? All this is being discussed. A lot of questions arise right now. We're it's anxious times right now. Arbitration behind closed doors. And Renfroe talking for us. God help us. God help us dearly. I can go into prayer more, but that's all we can do at this point. Patiently wait and go about our daily lives, our routes. And another thing in the station, I'm sure it's hitting all of you all in the nation. A lot of route inspections are coming up, and they've mentioned that route, when somebody's riding with you, part of management, they fill out that form. Now the carriers got to fill that form out on the live week, and they want us to, our shop stewards want us to attend a informative class on it. I think it's coming up on a Sunday for us to know how to fill that form out. There's a number for that form. I'm forgetting right now. It's when you have a team of the managers sit behind you on a check ride and they fill that form out. That's what on this live week all the carriers going to be expected to be doing daily basis if the management is not riding with you. So it's a different kind of inspection, route inspection, the kind that happens rarely, once in once in 5 or 10 years, something like that. So it's not your general route inspection. Is the national level, the big time route inspection. So God help us, God help my station on that. We got to go through that at the, I think, end of April, something like that. So anyway, that's it for today's video. I just wanted to bring up that letter. Speaks highly of the carriers and what we go through. That's the only reason I brought up this letter. And so, you know, it talks highly about my fellow carriers and all the hard work. So anyways, I'll keep you guys up to date. Anything, even a picture, some kind of update that comes up, you know, I'll have it up. So I hope everybody's doing good. Always praying for all of us, you know. God make it easy for all of us, and hopefully with positive attitude, positive mindset, we'll have something good come out of this arbitration panel. All right, stay good out there, stay safe, and Mailman Saeed will catch you guys later. Have a good day, guys.